Welcome to the Blue Mouse Knits. Today I'm going to teach you how to work this Lacy Rib stitch. It creates kind of these columns of this really pretty lacy stitch. In order to work this stitch, you'll need to cast on a multiple of 5 plus 2. So I've cast on 22 stitches for this sample, and this is a 4-row repeat. So for row 1, we're on a right side row, and we're going to work a purl 2, followed by a repeat of a knit 1, yarn over, SKP, purl 2. And an SKP is a slip, knit, pass. So again, we begin with a purl 2, so bring our yarn around to the front if you need to, and purl the first 2 stitches, so into the front loops of both of them, and purl them as normal. And then you bring your yarn in between your needles to the back, and we're ready for our repeat. So knit the first stitch as normal, and then you yarn over, so bring the yarn around your right hand needle from front to back. You can kind of hold on to it with your index finger. And next we're going to slip, knit, pass. So we're going to slip the first stitch as if to knit it. So go into the first stitch on your left hand needle as if to knit it, but just slip it to your right hand needle. And now we're going to knit the next stitch on our left hand needle as normal. And now we need to pass. So we pass the slip stitch over that knit stitch and off. So go into that second stitch from the end, from left to right. You can kind of put your thumb on it and pull it over and off. And that was your SKP. So now we need to just purl 2 stitches. And that was your row 1 repeat. So I'll go ahead and walk you through that again. So knit the first stitch as normal. Yarn over your right needle from front to back. You can kind of hold on to it with your right hand. And then we're going to work an SKP. So slip the next stitch as if to knit. Go into it as if to knit, but just move it to your right hand needle. And then knit the next stitch on your left hand needle. And now we pass that slip stitch over the knit stitch and off to go into it from right to left. You can kind of hold on to it with your thumb, pull it over and off. And then we purl 2. And that's it. That's your repeat. Go ahead and work that knit 1, yarn over, SKP, purl 2, all the way across your row, and I'll meet you back here for row 2. At the end of your row, you can go ahead and just turn your work, and you can bring your yarn around the needle to the back of your work. For row 2, which is a wrong side row, we're going to work a knit 2, followed by a repeat of a purl 3, knit 2 across. So go ahead and start by knitting the first 2 stitches normally. And now you purl 3, and then you knit 2, and that's it. Just purl 3, knit 2 across, and then turn your work, and I'll meet you back here for row 3. And you can leave the yarn in the front of your work or bring it around to the front if it's not already. For row 3, which is a right side row, we're going to work a purl 2 followed by a repeat of a knit 2 together, yarn over, knit 1, purl 2. So purl the first 2 stitches, and then bring our yarn in between our needles to the back. We're going to go ahead and knit the next 2 stitches together. So instead of going into the first stitch and knitting it as normal, we go into the next 2 stitches at the same time as if we were going to knit them individually, but knit them together. So yarn over, pull 1 loop through both of those 2 stitches, and you can slide those 2 stitches off your left hand needle. And I like to kind of pull a little bit on the working yarn just to kind of tighten up that decrease. And now we yarn over, so bring the yarn from front to back over your right hand needle, and now we knit the next stitch, purl 2, and we repeat that all over again. So go into the next 2 stitches as if they were just 1, into the front loops of both of them, yarn over, pull 1 loop through and slide those 2 off your left hand needle, tighten it up a little bit, yarn over the right hand needle from front to back, knit 1, purl 2. And that's it. That's your repeat. Go ahead and do that across the entire row. And at the end, you can go ahead and turn your work, bring your yarn around to the back of your work. And row 4 is the exact same as row 2. So you're going to knit 2 followed by a repeat of a purl 3, knit 2 across. So knit the first 2 stitches normally, and then purl 3, knit 2. And you just repeat that purl 3, knit 2 all the way across. And at the end of your row, go ahead and turn your work, and this is what it will look like after 1 repeat of those 4 rows. And after more repeats, it will look like this. And on the wrong side, it will look like this. There you have it. That is the Lacy Rib stitch pattern. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe for more tutorials and patterns.